Change your heart, change your life, change the planet.
Hey everybody, it's Tim Van Orden, coming to you from the Little Pond Trail in Woodford, Vermont. I am out for a mid-April boot slog, enjoying the fact that we still have knee-deep snow here in Woodford, even though it was 75 degrees in Bennington yesterday. So I'm pumped to come up here and slog away in the snow while we still have it. And one of the topics that's kind of playing around in my head as I'm out here is that of motivation. And what brings this up for me is the fact that I've attempted to make 5 videos since my last one and have failed in every attempt. And it's not that I don't have something to say, I always have plenty to say, it's that starting the video is the hardest part. And I start hundreds of videos that never end up getting posted because I really struggle getting through that initial phase, I guess you'd call it. And this is something that I'm still working on in relation to videos. I've solved it in relation to running and many other things in life, but still haven't broken through to completion when it comes to making videos. And I know this is a problem that most people face, that starting and moving through the awkward initial phases and getting to completion is exceptionally difficult for human beings. So I'm going to unpack that a little bit because I'm realizing that one of the distinctions that modern psychology gives us, that of liking and wanting, is really useful here. That when we start an experience, we often want to do it, but don't like the initial steps that we're taking. They're not fun. They're not the big goal. They're not the finish line. They're not the glory. They're the stuff that nobody sees. So I want to be a good runner. I want to go running. But man, I don't like getting to run. I don't like getting prepared, or I don't like getting set up to make a video and having my thoughts all coherent enough to be able to deliver them to you in a narrative that makes sense. So I think for a lot of people, the challenge is that they have a desire, but they're just not enjoying it. And one of the ways around this that I've discovered is to create liking for the process by getting yourself to disassemble or unpack what it is you're trying to do and reveal to yourself how enjoyable the component parts can be. So for instance, when it comes to running in the winter, I have to put on a lot of layers, and I've created a practice of slowly getting dressed and really feeling the material and feeling my body as I put the clothes on, and even choosing particular colors that I find enjoyable. Not because I want to look good out there, but because it's fun to look at when I'm putting it on. Like you may have noticed, I really like blue, royal blue. It's a color that makes me feel good, so you'll see me wearing it in a lot of my videos. Not because I care what I look like in the video, but because I like looking at it. It's a fun color. And today, I noticed that I wanted to go run, but I was having a hard time engaging in the steps until I got a flash of snow and how much I like being in snow, and a flash of the smell of the forest, how it's very different than the smell of my house, very different than the smell of being in town and running. I got a flash of the unique things that I see in the bark of trees as I run. Like I often look around to see if I can find animal shapes or other patterns in trees, so I'm always looking at the trees and taking pictures if I find a really neat pattern that shows up and it looks like a particular animal face. In fact, I think coming up, there's a tree that looks like a seal or a sea lion. And it's fun to look at, and I find myself taking pictures of this particular tree a lot. So I reminded myself of that when I was at home, about to get out the door and just not really liking the process. I said, it's not running that is my goal. It's not 12 miles, which is what I hope to accomplish today. It's being in the woods, enjoying the scenery, enjoying the fresh air and the smell, enjoying the feeling in my body, and also enjoying the mental capacities that I have while moving, which are not available to me when I'm sitting at home. So by reminding myself of what the experience of the run is going to be like and what's available to me, I can not only engage dopamine production in my brain, which is the neurotransmitter of wanting, but I can also bask a little bit in those positive experiences and have my reward center in the brain turn on and say, not only do you want to run, but you actually like running because of what happens when you run. So it's not so much I like the fact that I have finished a run and I congratulate myself for checking 12 miles off my to-do list. That's nice, but that's never the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is I'll be out here for 2 hours having an enriched experience. But we forget that. Or we're simply not trained to even pay attention to that. I know most of the people that I work with as a coach, when they come to me, they have very little experience enjoying exercise. What they enjoy is seeing on their training log or their calendar that they've exercised for 30 days. So they enjoy it in hindsight, but there's very little enjoyment in the now, in the process. So a big part of what I do is to help people expand their experience and then to remind themselves that that's available to them. That running or biking or whatever the movement choice is, isn't just about saying I reached my fitness goal today, but it's also about how do I want this day to go? What do I want this day to be full of? What do I want my experience of life to be like? Do I want to only enjoy my life when I look at it in the rearview mirror? Or do I want to enjoy my life right now and as I imagine a future full of enriched, enjoyable experiences? So where do you want to live your life? In the past, present, or future? And for me, I look at the past for a little bit to extract positive experiences that I might have forgotten about, and then I remind myself of them in the present, and then I get to look forward to activity that I know is going to be full of those enriched experiences. And that gets me to want and to like. And using that process, I rarely fail to get myself engaged, regardless of the weather, regardless of my depression, which greets me just about every day, especially in the winter. It's never a problem for me, because using this practice of enriching the details of my workout or my be out or my look out, live out, it instills in each moment enough juice, enough motivation to get me excited to get out the door, even if excitement isn't the experience I have when I wake up. Okay? So let me know in the comments below what you think. where you struggle with motivation, desire, liking, etc. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like this channel, subscribe. And if you want to keep me in this conversation, come on over to Patreon. $1 or $2 a month helps me to make more videos like this. And exclusively for my patrons, I'm starting to put up all my book reviews. So I'll be doing one book review a month of my favorite book on YouTube each month, with the rest of my book reviews, which range from about 5 to 30 a month, will be going up on Patreon only. All right, so something for my patrons to enjoy. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Tim Van Orden coming to you from the ground where I've just fallen up to my hips in the snow and I'm struggling to get up.